Guys, so welcome back. So this is the lecture example for standard costing calculation of variances as well as the reconciliation from actual to budgeted profit. So very nice lecture example. After you've done this lecture example, you basically know all the calculation aspects of standard costing. Okay, so very quickly, this is a company that they make seats. And then they've set a budget as well as actual. So for the month of May, we have a budget of 550 seats they're going to produce. They're going to sell. They're going to produce 600 seats, and the selling price will be budgeted at 600. That is our actual information. They actually sold 490. They actually produced 500, and they actually sold at a price of 640. This is the standard cost for one seat. In other words, their budget for one seat. In other words, these are the different components. Remember, typically when we manufacture a product, it's material, labor, variable overheads, fixed overheads. Here in this case, we have metal, tubing, leather, and foam. That's all material. That's the different components of material that's needed for one unit. That's the labor that's needed for one unit, variable overheads per unit, fixed overheads for one unit. So you can see each seat needs 6 meters of tubing at 6 Rand a meter. That gives you 36 Rand. That's our budget. It needs 2 meters of leather at 14 Rand, 28 Rand, 2 kilograms of foam at 6 Rand per kilogram at 12 Rand, 2 hours of direct labor at 40 Rand per hour of 80 Rand, variable overhead of 2 hours at 62 Rand. And remember, variable overheads are allocated, and if you read the question, they say variable and fixed manufacture overhead are allocated based on machine hours, which means these hours, that 2 hours, and that 2 hours are machine hours. So variable overhead is 2 machine hours at 62 Rand an hour of 124, and fixed overheads 2 hours machine hours at 80 Rand at 160. When you add those all up, it's 440. So the standard cost for one seat is 444 Rand. Right. Then just some more information. They said there's no raw material inventory on hand at the beginning of the month. There was no closing, opening, work in progress for the month. Okay, so don't concern yourself too much with work in progress for now. But basically what they're saying is metal, tubing, leather, and foam. There was nothing on hand when we started the month. Metal, tubing, leather, and foam are raw materials, and there's nothing on hand when we started. I'm going to say there were 50 completed seats on hand at the beginning of May. Completed seats, in other words, when we started the month, we already had 50 seats on hand that could have been sold to customers. Alright, and then here's the actual information given to us. So what actually happens for metal tubing, what actually happens for leather, what actually happens for foam, what actually happens for material, what actually happens for variable overheads, what actually happens for fixed overheads. Then they give us some variances, so we don't have to calculate all the variances, and they also give us sales, price, and volume variances. So just note that for the scores, that sales variances are beyond the scope of the scores, so you won't be expected to calculate sales variances. So in a question, they will have to give you the sales variances if you need to use it. So, but other than that, calculation of sales variances are beyond the scope of this course. Alright, so that is the information, and I just want to go through the required. So the required is basically asking us to calculate metal tubing, price and usage, foam price and usage, direct labor rate and efficiency variance, variable overhead, expenditure and efficiency variance, fixed overhead, expenditure and volume variance. Basically all the different components of producing this product, and we essentially have to calculate variances based on price and quantity. The names may differ, like here it will say rate and efficiency, that will say expenditure and efficiency, that will say expenditure and volume. Essentially it all comes down to rate or price and volume. Alright, then we also need to calculate actual profit, then we also need to calculate budgeted profit, and we need to reconcile from actual to budget. While we're on that point, for number 4, reconciling from actual to budget is very simple. Once we've calculated actual profit, and we've calculated budgeted profit, the difference between actual and budget should just be your variances. So if the variances are 100% correct, when you take budget and you add all the favorable variances and deduct all the adverse variances, you should get to actual. and we'll show you that in following videos. Alright, see you in the next video. Cheers, bye.